Hey everyone, it's James Wilson with Pedaling Innovations, and I wanted to share some thoughts on a conversation that I had with somebody yesterday. They were asking me about the design of our pedal and why we designed it the way that we did. And I was explaining to him that the whole idea is getting proper foot pressure, that the foot is designed to have pressure, a pressure footprint, for lack of a less ironic term, that it has on the ground. And if it doesn't have that pressure footprint, then the rest of the body can't function properly. And so a lot of this came from my experience as a strength coach and trainer, working with hundreds and hundreds of people in the gym, and really being into barefoot training and trying to help people get better awareness of how they're moving in their body and how it's connected to their feet. And so, for example, the way that I would explain to people to get your foot in the proper position, you want to have three points of pressure. Basically, your foot wants to have pressure through the ball of the foot, through the outside edge of the foot, and through the heel. So there's this kind of like triangle of pressure going on into the ground. Now, of course, my foot can shift this pressure, right? I can go to a little more to my heel, I go a little more to the ball of my foot, a little bit to the outside, but I want this pressure relationship for the most part when I'm moving, especially when I'm not jumping or running, and that's what's happening on our bikes, right? Like we're not propelling ourselves through space, so it's not like running or jumping. We are staying on the pedal, and the bike is propelling us through space. So it is more like what happens picking something up off the ground or in the gym or something like that. So that's why you want to have this pressure footprint. And so again, if you don't have this pressure footprint, bad things starts to happen, right? So a lot of times, for example, if someone's doing a squat, then they notice that their knees are coming in. Well, are their knees coming in? Or are the outside edges of their feet coming up? And they're losing that pressure footprint. And if we keep that pressure footprint as we come down, the knees do what we want them to do. So, again, this would, go to, if you're coming down and you go up on the balls of your feet, now you're taking away your ability to use your hips, and you're starting to put more stress on your knees. This is why you're told not to do this when you're in the gym. And so you need this pressure footprint. You always need heel pressure. Your body always needs heel pressure, and it needs pressure on that outside arch of the foot, or the rest of the lower body can't function properly. All right, so that was the idea behind the design of the Catalyst pedal, is that it allows you to connect those 3 points. You're now able to get pressure under the front of the arch, the ball of the foot, on the side, all the way to the back, and also on the back end of the arch, the heel. So when you don't have those 3 connection points, and you have a small pedal like a clipless pedal or a normal flat, then you're taking away 2 of those 3 pressure points. So if you're towards the ball of your foot, the side of your foot isn't fully supported and your heel isn't supported. So you've got 2 of those 3 pressure points that you're not able to apply pressure effectively into the pedal. And so this is one of the thought process behind the design is, how do I bring this healthy foot pressure that I know that your body needs to function properly off of the bike onto the bike? And again, that was kind of the inspiration for it. But that's why the pedal is the design that it is. We don't need it any wider than it needs to be. Your foot, as long as you've got that outside edge of your foot supported. And this is also why we don't have a lot of pins and stuff in the middle of the pedal or a concave design, because if you look at your foot, right, under the arch, there's nothing here for you to apply pressure through. So if you have the pedal where it needs to be on your foot, then you're applying pressure to these outside edges of the pedal, and that's where you're getting your connection with the pedal. If you're relying on that middle of the pedal, you're trying to apply pressure. The only way you can apply pressure into the middle of the pedal is if you're cheated towards the ball of the foot, which is not supporting your foot properly. It's not allowing even pressure going into the pedal, and so again, just causes all sorts of problems. But that's how your foot functions. And so as the only pedal that allows you to get support under those 3 points and get pressure under the pressure, those 3 pressure points that your foot needs to function properly, then that's the secret behind the pedal. So that's why I tell people, like, this isn't so much a new pedal as much as it's a new foot position. And the pedal allows this new foot position. The new foot position is the quote unquote mid-foot position, but it's not just being in the middle of your foot, it's having those 3 pressure points supported, which will put you into a midfoot position. So again, it's, you know, those 3 pressure points are supported, leads to a midfoot position. It's not a matter of taking a regular pedal and just putting yourself into a midfoot position, because again, you haven't addressed the actual problem, which is that you don't have those 3 pressure points supported and able to stabilize the foot that way. And just as a quick note too, like a stiff-soled shoe is not the same thing as having support under those pressure points. In fact, having a super stiff shoe is going to take away from your foot's ability to apply pressure. I mean, just get off of your bike and then try and apply pressure, like ground yourself into the ground with a super stiff pair of shoes, cycling shoes on. You can feel like it doesn't, you can't do it. So when you have those super stiff shoes on, you're actually taking away from your foot's ability to apply pressure into what it is on, which is how it's designed. And so again, stiff-soled shoes are not solving the problem. They're just stiffening the foot, allowing a little less flex, getting a little bit more support than a small flat does, which again, this is where the benefits, if there are benefits to clipless pedals, come from, is this little bit extra support that it's giving. It's not some magical pedal stroke that we're all told about, right? So, but if you're supporting the foot with a different way, that's what this is, right? So once we all understand what's the problem we're trying to solve, right? We need an arch that doesn't flex, and we need to be able to apply pressure through those 3 pressure points with the foot. So once you understand the real problem you're trying to solve, there's other ways to solve that problem other than just stuffing your foot into a stiff-soled shoe and attaching it with an SPD or you know, or other clipless pedal, or else using a flat pedal that's too small for your foot and has all sorts, you know, concave design and all sorts of nonsense to cradle the ball of your foot and to, you know, to try and compensate for all the issues that are caused with that unbalanced foot position. So so anyways, it's all about foot pressure, people. If you don't have pressure, if your foot's not able to apply pressure through those 3 points on your foot, it does cause the rest of the body to have to compensate, and that takes away power, that takes away efficiency. It starts to add to overuse injuries. So you know, that's why when people use a Catalyst pedal, they find that they feel better, their performance goes up, and it's like magic. And it's like, no, it's not magic. It's just letting your body do what it was made to do. It's the most like wonderfully adaptable organism out there, man. We're such a great problem-solving machine, and it's great, but it can almost be to our detriment sometimes, right? Like you can get on a shitty pedal. Like, I mean, the fact that you can pedal a bike with SPDs, with clipless pedals, is a testament to how adaptable the human body is, not a testament to how effective those stupid things are. So anyways, check them out. We got a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you can see it for yourself. Yeah, so that's the idea, foot pressure. And I guarantee you that your pedal is not allowing proper foot pressure, and that's causing problems for you, whether you know it or not. So anyways, if you guys got any questions, throw them in the comments. Hit me up at james@pedalinginnovations.com. I'll be happy to answer them. Yeah, I'll talk to everybody next time.